Hey, it's your boy. And you might see me, I might look like a joy boy. That was a One Piece reference, guys. Um, uh, so I've been watching One Piece. I have finally finished Dressrosa. Now, you might have heard that and be like, wow, you must have really hated it. No, honestly, I didn't. It's the most conflicted I felt about a One Piece arc because it has some of the highest highs, but also some of the lowest lows, uh, and just an overall horrible pacing. This shit had the worst pacing I've ever seen. There was like 3 episodes in a row of like all the main characters trying to stop this, let's just say it's a big old wall that's like closing in on them. It was like a whole thing of that. Jesus Christ, it was so bad. The pacing, that is. The story was good. Parts of it, man. Law's backstory was fucking phenomenal. Same with Dofi, or I think that's how you'd say it. Uh, that's what I'm gonna call him. Or Doflamingo. But I like Dofi. It was done super well. A lot of that stuff. Luffy's new power up was done pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. Um, all the Straw Hats got their own little moment. Uh, I will say one of my big problems with this arc is Sanji is like, I don't want to call him useless this arc, but he's literally there for like 10 minutes. He's the least, I think he's probably the least seen out of all the Straw Hats. I will say, Usopp got a fucking badass moment in this. God Usopp, that shit went hard. Uh, and Zoro as well. But it was like I said, it's a very I haven't felt this conflicted about a One Piece arc in the entire time I've been watching it. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just also really shittily paced, I guess. Like it's got some shit ass pacing, to be honest. And this is honestly probably one of the worst paced arcs I've ever seen in fiction. This shit was horrendous. But like I said, there's some really cool stuff. If I was to rate, like, if I wanted to start doing this, two favorite, or I'll do three favorite characters and three favorite moments. So for this, it's gonna go number one is Law. Law, they had me feeling real bad for Law, and he was fucking cool the entire time. Two is probably Dofi. He's the first, other than Crocodile, he's the first One Piece villain that I genuinely like. I genuinely like Dofi. I think he's fucking cool. Blackbeard is fine, but we haven't seen like anything of him. Uh, so I'm not really counting him. But Dofi is fucking awesome. He isn't like the best of all time or anything, but he is absolutely my favorite in One Piece so far. Villain that is. And then third is Luffy. Honorable mentions though go to both Zoro, uh, or go to Zoro, Bartholomew, which I fucking hated that guy until about halfway through. And I was like, damn, this guy's fucking funny. He just like me for real, for real. And God Usopp. All three of them were really, really good, but they just aren't top three yet. And my three favorite moments, number one is absolutely the God Usopp stuff. That shit was fire. I love Usopp, to be honest, so I've always liked when Usopp gets a cool moment. Two is absolutely the final fight between Luffy and Dofi, and three is probably the entire flashback about Law. But another honorable mention here is the Toy Soldier's entire story. It was extremely good. I can't exactly put it in as a single moment, but it was a very good It was a very good little like side plot, I guess. Uh, the the setting of this one was really good. I am starting to really enjoy what One Piece is. I think one of the big things though about this show that you just have to go in knowing is it's about the adventure, to be honest. Like it is. You're mainly there. It's not like Naruto where you're there for a lot of the like story, the emotional moments, and the fights. This show is literally you're there for the adventure. You're there for the characters, and you're there for the story in some parts. And it's not like Bleach where you're there for the fights, the cool character designs, and the depth. It's neither of those. It's like I said, you're there for the ride essentially, and it's fun. It's a fun ass show to watch. I can see why. Well, okay, it's fun when it's like good, because I will say this is the hardest it's been to watch One Piece since I want to say the like first 3 arcs. I was genuinely falling asleep during some of these episodes. They weren't bad, it's just there's so little happening. Like, I swear to God. Oh, and then another one of my other favorite moments was the Frankie versus what the fuck is his name? Mr. Hardboiled. I don't remember, but that shit went hard. That was a fire ass fight, and there was some really good backstory to it. Um, but that so like I was saying, it's been the hardest to watch, but I think that's just due to overall length and pacing issues. It it's just paced so poorly. Like, I think the other thing that made it really tough to watch is I am currently watching Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc, and that is the best paced anime I think I've seen in a very long time. We are zooming through stuff, but it's fine and it's all very, very good. Um, and also, that's the other thing. There's no like filler, and I understand when I say filler, you're gonna be like, oh, like so you mean like the Bount arc from Bleach or whatever. No, I don't mean that filler when I say filler. I mean filler content, which One Piece is absolutely full of. You'll have shots of just nothing for like 10 seconds. You'll have like 50 people's reactions to a single like punch or whatever. Like, the One Piece is notoriously bad for its pacing, and this arc is some of the worst. It's not, like I said, the arc itself is pretty decent, um, but the pacing is horrible. That being said, we're gonna put it in the tier list real quick. We got Dressrosa. I would say it's definitely above Thriller Bark, definitely above Amazon Lily, definitely above Punk Hazard, definitely above Barate, definitely above Water 7, definitely above Drum Island, definitely above Impelled Down. Um, Definitely above Post Ennis Lobby. Definitely above Sky. Well, I feel like Skype is actually pretty, like, I feel like this is a pretty good spot, actually. They might be tied with these two. I think these two are very, very good, and they're very close to A, but they're not quite there. If the pacing was a little better, I would have said this would have been an easy A+, but it's not. And that's about it. Later.